Hello, and you are all welcome to yet another session. This is one more discussion, and for the time being, the last discussion on Michael Henchard's character, or you can say this is the last topic for the Mayor of Casterbridge. Michael Henchard's character is today's topic, and we'll see and try to summarize and analyze the character. Michael Henchard is no doubt the protagonist. The protagonist is the main character of any story. And the entire story doesn't just revolve around Michael Henchard, but it seems that Hardy did compose this story, keeping Michael Henchard alone in his mind. And there seems to be no other character which is at all prominent or important in this character. The title itself says the Mayor of Casterbridge, that is Michael Henchard, and of course Michael Henchard is everything. It is his growth and his rise to power, and then his story of coming back to his former position. An exceptional personality. Hardy's novels are, by and large, they consist of characters which are rural. But here, the ordinary man who rises from ordinary conditions to the mayor's position is portrayed such a way that it seems quite extraordinary. It looks quite stalwart, though it's not stalwart in the conventional sense, but it is exceptional, no doubt. Michael Henchard's character is most unique, at least in this story, or in all the stories of Thomas Hardy. The title is A Story of a Man of Character. This is the subtitle, The Story of a Man of Character. Now, any character of any story is always under the scanner. One is free to dissect this character and to leave judgments. He has some shortcomings, but he has got very strong likes and dislikes. And despite all failings, he really stands tall among all the other characters. That is absolutely true. His fall and death, therefore, naturally draws everybody's attention. This is a characteristic of any tragedy or any great tragedy. Any great tragedy in the conventional sense always revolves around a chief character, an exceptional personality who rises and then who falls for some shortcomings in his character, tragic flaw, or in Greek language the term is hamartia, that is some shortcomings, some flaws. Here in this character, Michael Henchard, we of course have found some such flaws. But there is no doubt that his character is unique. And if we judge other characters, Farfrae, Lucetta, Newson, or Elizabeth Jane, no other character comes at all any closer to Michael Henchard. Physical moral strength. Now, Michael Henchard is physically always strong man. I mean, that is the way he has been portrayed. Being a hairdresser, Michael is strong man in mind as well as in body. He is nearly 6'2" and of quite stout build. He has displayed his determination when he did not touch any alcohol for years. He promises to send letters back to Lucetta, and he does so. At every step, his grit and willpower is proven fact, and even he gives a good fight to Farfrae. Physically, he is stout, he is strong, he is over 40, he is 6'2". He challenges Farfrae, even in a situation when he is physically, if not physically, at least mentally very depressed. And his willpower is tremendous. He takes a vow that he will not touch the liquor, and he does for over 21 years. And on many occasions we see there is a scene where he takes the bull almost literally by horn and saves the lives of Lucetta and Elizabeth Jane. And even when he is in his reduced circumstances, he goes back to his former occupation, that is the occupation of a hairdresser, and he doesn't have any apparent inhibition, because he knows that he is physically very much capable to do physical labor, and that is exactly what he does. So no matter which position he is in whether it is in the lap of luxury or in the lap of hay or straw, he is quite composed and he handles things in a very dexterous way. Honesty is a striking quality, of course. A striking quality of this man is his innate inclination toward honesty. Whatever he does, he always tries to be fair and square with people. Henchard does not treat Farfrae unfairly. When he becomes bankrupt, he declares even his money bag and gold watch, which is exceptional. Henchard immediately accepts Susan when she turns up at Casterbridge, and when Susan is dead, he tries to fulfill his vows to Lucetta, because Lucetta was given a marriage vow. Even at the court, he could have easily denied the charges of the Formative woman, but he gracefully accepts the charges. So these are the traits, these are the incidents which prove that Michael Henchard is an honest man. There is no doubt about it. I think the greatest incident of his honesty is the one when he declares his last possessions, that is gold watch and money bag, which he could have easily retained. That is exceptional. I think it is a gift which is attributed by the author to the character. And he, when Susan is back again, he doesn't just feel excited to find her old wife, but he thinks it is quite a moral obligation to offer refuge and shelter to his wife and Elizabeth Jane, whom he thought was his real daughter. So even Farfrae is, when Farfrae is dismissed from job, he is not fired just on one night. He gradually things go on, and when he offers a fight to Farfrae, he binds one arm just to equalize him with Farfrae. So at every stage he tries to be honest and fair and square. He doesn't do anything. Even when dealing with corn, he's a successful trader of corn and roots and wheat. He tries to satisfy his customers. He doesn't have any shred of any shady dealings. No weakness for women. Michael Henchard never harbored any apparent weakness for women. He is not a philanderer, and he has treated women fairly, except for one occasion when in an exceptional inebriated condition he sold off his wife. Yes, that is exactly something that leaves a scar permanently on Michael Henchard. He sells off, he auctions off his wife. That is certainly which is an incident which is unforgivable. But apart from that incident, he has always maintained a kind of celibatic life. Lucetta, he was very much close to Lucetta, but he offered his marriage vows, which he tries to fulfill after Susan is gone. And even when he had love letters of Lucetta, he could have easily blackmailed Lucetta, which he didn't do. And he almost forgot about these love letters. Unfortunately, those love letters fell in the hands of one wicked character, and that actually, eventually brought death to Lucetta. But otherwise, his character, as far as women are concerned, is quite clean, and therefore it goes all in favor of this man, Michael Henchard. His kindness and incapability of cruelty. Henchard is not a cruel man. Michael Henchard never showed any sign of any cruelty. He has a roughness which is only skin deep. At heart, he is liberal and kind. He could have easily divulged his past relationship with Lucetta to Farfrae, but he never does that, nor does he seek revenge upon Farfrae. Yes, he doesn't seek any revenge upon Farfrae. That is very true. Farfrae is a committed rival. Neither Farfrae is a rival. Farfrae doesn't show any animosity either. But Michael Henchard didn't do anything which could have ruined Farfrae in his career. Even he could have blackmailed Lucetta, which he didn't do. So he is by and large a fair man. And some other qualities, if there are any. Henchard, a hairdresser, loves music. When he hears Farfrae humming a tune, he feels a little restless. He is a reserved and gloomy man and very private person. Michael Henchard, all through the story, is a very, very private person. He doesn't socialize much. That is what the impression is by and large. And in a fight, when Farfrae comes to Michael Henchard just humming some tune, it automatically and instantaneously, evokes some old memories of Henchard. So he is very much, responsive to music because he loves music. So that is the way, by and large, the character has been portrayed. Michael Henchard has got some weaknesses, all right, but nobody is infallible. Everybody is entitled to make mistakes, and Michael Henchard also makes mistakes. But at the end, when we come to the end of the story, where Michael Henchard dies, we all, I think, sympathize with this man. It is a tragedy. That is the characteristic of a tragedy, and that is the success of a tragedy too. That Thomas Hardy quite successfully painted this character, who, despite his certain shortcomings, still at the end remains and stands tall, and automatically draws everybody's sympathy. So that is the presentation, quite in brief, and the students are only required to elaborate upon the points. If there are any other point that strikes you, you can add, and if you can compose your own answer over 2 pages or 2.5, then please do, and mail me at my mail ID, or you can even WhatsApp it if you wish. So I hope this brief presentation has been useful to you. Bye bye.